I was never going to be a men's physique.
Didn't have much of an off season.
I like his physique better.
I'm always very energetic. I will have to put me as one of the greatest.
Mr. Olympia was won by the back.
What advice would you give for traveling? Because you constantly travel for shows, I'm sure. Even if it's inside the one country, you still got to take a flight, for example.
Well, I've not done that in 8 years. So every show I've ever done since then has always been flying to America, which is a 10-hour flight minimum. So it's preparing to fail, failing to prepare. It's preparing to fail. That's what I've always said. So like I space all my meals backwards from when the moment I get on the flight. So I know, because obviously in America we're not allowed to take food into America. So I plan all my meals out ready for when I landed on the strip in Vegas or wherever I'm competing. I know I've got a 2.5 hour window in order to get off the plane through security, get to Whole Foods or get to a kitchen to be able to cook my food and stuff. So I stay on plan and everything's planned out. I know where the gym is so I can get straight there for a depletion circuit as soon as we get off the plane to get the water off. I don't have any carbs on the plane, so obviously the water retention is less. I drink up to 10 liters on a 10-hour flight, so I'm constantly flushing out, so I'm not holding water. There's quite a lot to it, but again, it's just preparing in advance and making sure you stick to it.
Yeah, because a lot of guys complain. They say, they get there and they lose a lot of they deflate. Something happens all the time. I hear the stories constantly.
Well, people don't give themselves enough time. Like on a Saturday, we compete on a Saturday, the Olympia. I get there Tuesday morning. So it gives me Wednesday, Thursday to get everything stripped off. I still can train Thursday and then I start the carb up process. So there's no excuses really. It's just, again, preparing properly. And it's weird because obviously this is going to be my first show in the UK in, like 8-9 years. So to not have to prep all that just to be able to get in a car and drive down to the venue is insane for me.
It's amazing.
So, yeah.
What keeps you motivated to compete still? Because you have a great following. You've done a lot of great things in the influence space, and you have some tremendous sponsors, right? You were Gymshark. That became a huge company over the last few years.
Yeah.
You have supplement sponsors, and I don't know I'm sure you can just do that. You know what I'm saying? What makes you compete?
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's no pressure from sponsors or anything for me to compete. And there has been talks about, is it time, because the division evolved so much, is it time for me to step down and whatnot? But I love being in preparation. I love competing I mean, I'll admit, like the stepping on stage part, I've probably lost a bit of love for it, if I'm brutally honest. Like I used to live for that part, whereas now I live for the structure. I absolutely love competing, training towards a specific goal. I love manipulating my food going into the show. I like testing myself and putting myself in the trenches for 16 weeks and stuff. So to not have that, I wouldn't struggle because I need to be able to let go at some point. But I love that structure in my life. And I've always had it. I've had it for the last 18 years of training. So I need to probably find something now, which I've set a few companies up now, which is helping with that. Which is going to make me very busy away from stage. But that transition point at some point has to happen. So I need to look at that. But at the minute, I just enjoy the whole process of it all for me. And yes, people say, "Oh, if I'm dropping down places, is it worth it?" But while I'm still enjoying it, I'm doing it for me. So.
Does the prep get harder as you age, or for you, for example, or is it the same?
I wouldn't say the prep gets harder. I think it gets harder as you evolve as a family. Like obviously, I've got a newborn son, and when we were for Dubai for the first 12 weeks, he had COVID. He got COVID in the first 12 weeks of him being born. Yeah, he had colic and stuff. So for being up all night with him. And then his needs come first. My wife had quite a dramatic birth, so she had to have a C-section. So she couldn't walk properly or anything for a while. So I had to take all that on board. So it was very difficult juggling that as well as trying to get my 6 meals in on time, trying to get my cardio in the morning, trying to get my weight training in the evening, trying to get my 8 hours or my 10 hours sleep. Is impossible, absolutely impossible. I probably got 3 or 4 hours maximum sleep. I was cramming meals together, which is not good for the digestive system. It was just things. So that was difficult. And obviously, I've never had to deal with that in any other prep, which it's if you want it bad enough, you'll make it happen. And I've got to admit, it has been hard, but it's doable. You just adapt, don't you?